Have you ever found yourself zoning out during a conversation with someone you deeply care about, feeling inexplicably anxious, or reaching for your phone every time your mind wanders? Maybe you catch yourself snacking for no reason, procrastinating on important tasks, or carrying around a quiet, heavy tension all day without knowing why. You might think it's all because of social media or constant notifications. But what if I told you your biggest energy drain has nothing to do with scrolling? There's a hidden culprit, and it's quietly eroding your focus, your relationships, and your sense of well-being. Before we dive in and unlock the truth that most people never see, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a single insight about self-improvement right here with the Growth Mindset Project. Now think about your daily life for a moment. Sometimes, despite your best intentions, you end up putting off conversations, pushing aside big decisions, or avoiding chores that could actually move your life forward. You push these things out of your mind, yet somehow they keep echoing in the background. This isn't the real you. It's the result of leaving mental browser tabs open. Each unaddressed task, each conversation you delay, each task you avoid, is like another tab in your mind. They bleed into your day, making you edgy and distracted. Why does this matter when it comes to self-improvement? Simple. When you confront the things you're avoiding, even if they make you uncomfortable, you clear out tons of mental clutter. Suddenly, you find more breathing room and mental clarity. You're actually present when you talk to someone. You can focus on one task without feeling pulled in 10 directions, and your consistency skyrockets. You start actually doing what you told yourself you'd do. When you stop carrying that tension, your whole body feels lighter. Your mind and body are synced up, not stuck in that draining loop of anxiety. Instead of carrying stress that's ready to explode at the quickest trigger, you start handling distractions and temptations with a clear head, simply because your mind isn't weighed down with unfinished business. But here's the part nobody likes to admit. Every single person has something they're avoiding right now. Maybe you need to have a tough conversation with someone you love. Maybe you're dreading dealing with some paperwork, responding to a tough email, or finishing a task that intimidates you. We're all in the same boat. Humans who, for whatever reason, keep ignoring those nagging things in the background. The problem is, as long as you avoid them, they keep taking up more and more of your attention. At the core of self-improvement is this simple truth. By not facing the things you're trying to ignore, you actually think about them more. This tendency is so universal that psychologists even have a name for it: information avoidance. What feels like procrastination, mindless snacking, or endless scrolling actually started as information avoidance, a refusal to look at something you know needs attention. This comes with a hidden price: high cognitive load, that uneasy feeling you can't shake, that sense that something is off, even when the world around you is calm. That's your brain keeping those mental tabs running in the background, making it nearly impossible to truly relax. It's the silent energy vampire that so often gets mistaken for just being busy. Here's the good news. You can solve 90% of this problem simply by understanding why you avoid these things in the first place. If you've ever felt that mysterious weight on your shoulders, hit the like button and let me know in the comments. What's the one thing you know you've been putting off lately? Your story might inspire someone else to finally close their own open tab. Let's dig into why we avoid these things that are key to our self-improvement. There are 3 big reasons, and every single one is about protecting your comfort in the short term. First, we avoid information to protect a story we're telling ourselves, to protect our beliefs. These beliefs are like lenses that filter everything we experience. Facing the thing we're avoiding might mean those beliefs have to change. And changing your core beliefs? That's uncomfortable. It can even feel like a mini identity crisis. So, the mind locks down and prefers to keep the status quo intact. Second, we avoid information to avoid taking a step we just don't want to take. If you acknowledge the problem, you might be obligated to act on it. This might mean changing your schedule, dropping a habit you enjoy, or risking a little embarrassment for the sake of honesty. Change is hard, so we pretend we don't notice what needs doing. Third, we avoid just to keep from feeling bad. You're having a good day, you want to protect that mood at all costs, and facing something heavy feels like it would ruin your vibe. So you push it away, even knowing you'll have to deal with it eventually. Do you see the pattern? All three reasons are about prioritizing temporary comfort now, at the expense of long-term relief and clarity. But here's the real pitfall. Avoiding these things doesn't make them go away. It just makes them stronger. And the discomfort you're ducking today will make itself known in your body and mind, whether you want it to or not. Here's a quick thought experiment. Imagine you're hiking through a beautiful forest, taking photos and enjoying nature, when you suddenly hear an odd sound. You see something strange in the distance, but instead of checking it out, you ignore it, determined not to let it ruin your fun. The sound gets louder, but you keep ignoring it, clinging to your peace. Suddenly, it's right around the corner, and you realize it was a bear all along. The stress didn't start when the bear attacked. It started the moment you heard the sound and chose to ignore it. Every time you avoid something, you're transforming twigs in the dark into imaginary monsters, letting anxiety take the wheel when you could actually bring things into the light and see them for what they are. If you're getting value here, take a second to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments so we can build this growth mindset community together. Now, the first step to breaking free from information avoidance and unleashing your true energy for self-improvement is asking yourself a powerful question. What is one thing I keep noticing and pushing aside? The answer isn't always pleasant, but it's the missing puzzle piece to why you keep feeling out of sync, even on good days. If that question feels too direct, try reframing it. What am I avoiding right now that, if I faced it, would feel like a huge weight off my shoulders? Once you have that answer, don't force yourself to take massive action. You don't need to overhaul your productivity systems or fix everything in one night. All you need is to turn and face the thing you've been pushing away. Open the message, read the note, jot down a quick plan, or simply write one messy sentence. Sometimes, all it takes is just looking at what you've been avoiding, for your shoulders to finally drop and your mind to open up the space you've been craving. It's not about having the courage to act immediately, it's about gaining clarity first. Clarity always precedes courage. When you see the thing clearly, you remove most of its power over you. Most of the things you avoid, the conversations, the emails, the chores, aren't bears at all. They're just twigs snapping in the dark. Once you turn and face them, their power dissipates. And even if, rarely, it is a bear, facing it head-on is always safer and less painful than letting your imagination run wild. If you found this eye-opening, check out our other videos on self-improvement for even more ways to level up your mind. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss what's coming next on the Growth Mindset Project.